Hola, y'all. This is Where DJ Goes. Thanks for joining us as we're cruising through Spain and Portugal during a pandemic. By the time that I made it to these southern European countries, the virus was becoming much more serious. But we're still pushing through and taking in the views. Barcelona was beautiful, at least what I saw of it, from the hotel parking lot and the windows of the Sprinter. From Barcelona, I flew out to my favorite island, Majorca. With its capital city of Palma and beautiful white sand beaches and boardwalk that made up Playa de Palma, it was probably the hardest place to leave on my entire trip. Palma provided the time to relax and to come up with a game plan. It was decided that if we were going to continue our trip, we were going to have to change the way that we tour. For the remainder of the time in Europe, I was no longer going to be staying in nightly hotels or band flats. Instead, I would find a midway point between spots and rent an apartment or extended stay. Like normal, I tried to swing my cares away till it was off to Portugal, which, come to find out, is actually a country and not a region of Spain or a city in Mexico. Top notch education, folks. But when we got to Porto, reality started setting in. Porto was hit hard, so we booked it down to the smaller, slower lifestyle coastal city of Espinoh. But to be honest, it probably wasn't actually chosen by the number of coronavirus cases, but more the proximity to the casino, which was super lame and took all my money. It's also where I made the unfortunate and unwelcome realization that my time in the EU was coming to an end. In the late hours of the Portuguese night, POTUS made the announcement that any Americans that were currently abroad were advised to return home ASAP. Cue the countless calls, texts, and DMs. So I booked an overpriced ticket home, but when I got to the Lisbon airport, I was completely overwhelmed and crippled with anxiety. But ended up, they kicked me from the flight with some major price gouging anyhow, which meant getting us and the Sprinter back across several borders and back to our home base in Germany. It was an experience within itself, and if we're ever sitting around story swapping, ask me about waking up at the truck stop and being told to vominos. Because there's always a story where DJ goes.
I don't see you, y'all.